deposit this all back into my bank account, but I've seriously always wanted to do that. Hey guys, it's Jess from Shestheposh. Welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about getting yourself some money, where to sell your items that you're no longer using. If that's something you're into, please stay tuned. I make videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and they're all designer and fashion related, and I never pay full price for any of these pieces. I love to share with you all my tips and tricks. If that's something you're into, please remember to subscribe below and ring that bell. Okay, let's get started. So today we're going to talk about places to sell your items you're no longer using. That is a trick that I love to do. I look in my closet, I see what I'm using, what I'm no longer using, and then I purge. And then the designer items or high street items that I'm no longer using, I sell them, and I use that money to fund my new pieces. So I kind of just divided this into two categories. There are 4 places that I like to sell my items. I'm gonna go by the easiest, and then of course, the one that's not so easy, but you get the most money. So again, there's usually a trade-off for all of these. So it just depends on what you're looking to do. Like how much time and effort do you want to put into selling your items? Easiest and by far for luxury goods is Fashionphile. It's the easiest I've ever done. All you do is if you have the app or you have your computer, you just take pictures of your items. Recommendation, take amazing pictures of your items. Make sure you have some light in the background, show everything that comes with it. Make sure if you have the box, if you have receipts, tags, dust bags, make sure to list that all in the description, but also take a picture of it and have some good lighting, because the better your pictures are, the more money you'll get. I just recently sold my 2 Fendi baguettes, and I had posted one of them and I took a picture of it. It was months ago because I wanted to see if I could get a fast, quick profit on the item. That was the item that I only paid $100 for. I took the picture and I sent it in, and they only offered me $80 for it. And I was just very confused by that because they were going for a lot more. Then I think last month I went ahead and I posted the pictures again of the same Fendi baguette. I just made sure that I stuffed the bag, I made it look really nice, and they ended up offering me $200 for it. So I went from $80 to $200 for the item. Also on Fashionphile, you get a 10% more if you offer to do a credit. So I got $200, so now I got $220 I could put towards another bag, which you saw with my Gucci tote that I got. You're not gonna get a lot of money for your pieces because they're gonna resell them. You will get more money on other sites, but it is the easiest. You take a picture, you get an offer in 2 days, depending on whether it's a weekend or a holiday. You get an offer within 2 days. You can take cash or the credit, which is 10% more. You decide. If you take like the cash, you have to wait for a check. So the whole process with that takes about 2 weeks. So you give you the quote, you accept the quote, they give you a slip, and you box up your item, you send it to them. It takes about a week or so for them to get it, process it, but once they process it, they either mail you a check or you get that instant credit. I usually go for the credit and I put it towards something else that is on my wish list. Super easy. Now, not all of your luxury items will be accepted by them. They want some newer pieces, some of it vintage pieces. It's just not something they were looking for. Some jewelry pieces and things like that they weren't going to sell. So the next place that is the easiest to sell on is Thredup. I also use Thredup for a lot of my clothing pieces because it is very easy, convenient. They sell it for you. The trade-off with this one is, yes, you might get some more money for your pieces. It's easier. You just have to wait a lot longer. Fashionphile takes about a 2-week process, where Thredup, you have to, for your luxury pieces, you have to wait for them to give you a special slip in the mail. That takes about a week. You package your items up, you send it to them. It takes them from that process, about 2 weeks to get all your items photographed and listed. And they also accept a lot more things. They accept your luxury pieces. They also accept your Coach pieces. I saw a lot of my Coach, my Kate Spade items, shoes that I barely used that were Kate Spade. I sent to them and they sold rather quickly. I didn't make tons of money on these. They have different tiers for you. Luxury pieces, you make more of a percentage. You get about 70 to 80% of the money you sell for those luxury pieces. But then for the lesser ones, you get about 40 to 30% of those prices. But it's easy. You don't have to take any pictures. You literally collect your things, you send it in. You have to decide if you want the item sent back to you. So let's say you have your Coach bags, your Kate Spade, and different things like that. If you want those items sent back to you, you do have to pay $10 to have them shipped back they take it just right out of your credit of what your stuff is you're going to get for your things. It's not like you have to send a check in, but you do have to pay for the return shipping. I did opt for that when I had some of my luxury pieces that if they weren't going to accept them, I wanted them back so I could sell them. They took $10 out of my credit, no big deal, and I got those items back. But again, it takes a little bit longer. So the whole process that you have with Thredup, so it takes about 3 weeks to a month from when you initiate, I want to sell these items, to you get the slip for the luxury pieces, they send them up, they accept your items, and then they take pictures of it. That's about a month in itself. Then you have to wait for your items to sell. They give you about, I believe it's 2 months for your items to sell, and if they don't sell, you can opt to either take them back or they can donate them for you. So you have the items on there, you have control over the price, which I like. However, now you have to wait for them to sell. Then when they sell, you have to wait 2 weeks because they have up to 2 weeks to return the items. Now you gotta wait for your money. Yes, you're gonna get top dollar, but you have to wait. And then once you get the money, then you can either use a credit right away for the pieces, or you have to wait another week or so for you to be able to deposit them into your bank account. That's the part that kind of drives me nuts about Thredup. It's like, why do I have to wait? I can use, because I think what they're trying to do is get me to be impatient and use the credit and buy something else, but I am patient, so the joke's on them. I'm a very patient person. So for that, I did get a lot more money. I sold Tiffany sunglasses that were a little bit older that Fashionphile wasn't wanting, but I had, you know, the case and everything like that, and I sent it to them, and I ended up getting over $100 for them because they sold them for about $150. They wanted to sell them a lot less, and I'm like, no, I raised the price a little bit, and I was right. They sold right away. But again, after they sold, I had to wait about 3 weeks before I could deposit the cash into my account. So that is the trade-off. You can get more money, you can sell all of your pieces, your clothing, and what's nice is, say there's some clothing pieces like you have, so high street pieces, like you might have some free people and different things like that, that you just don't want to have to list and sell yourself, because those items take a little bit longer to sell on other platforms like Poshmark. But I love to just send them to Thredup. Yes, I only get $2 to $3 per those items, but I just get paid right away for them. They give me money, and say there's some items they don't accept, and they're going to either donate them or recycle them responsibly. So I appreciate that. I love when I go through my closet, I go ahead and do that, and then I get cash for it. I just have to wait about a couple months or so, but then I just deposit that right into my bank account. So there is a trade-off for using Thredup. It is very easy. You don't have to do any work, but package your things and send them to them, and then you have to wait. So that is the top two that are the easiest. Now the ones that are not as easy, so that is going to be Poshmark, and that's going to be Mecari. Those are the other two that I liked to sell on. Poshmark is my absolute favorite because you get the most money, and it is the fastest and easiest to get into your bank account. How Poshmark works is you have to take pictures. So you take nice pictures of your items, you list them. You have to be thorough because you want to be in the search engine. So there's a lot more work involved in Poshmark. You got to make sure you have nice pictures so people want to click on them. You want to make sure you have a great description, and you want to make sure you have some competitive prices. Now Poshmark's going to take 20% of your commission. So that kind of sucks. You're going to have 20% taken away. So with your luxury pieces, that's a lot more taken away. However, people understand that. They're willing to pay a little bit more for those pieces. The Poshmark also offers free authentication for pieces that are 500 or over. So that means people can buy your luxury pieces with confidence because they know that they are going to be authenticated for free for them. Another plus is you don't have to pay, like with eBay or other places, you don't have to pay for the shipping. That is the buyer's responsibility. Yes, you can offer to pay for shipping if you're trying to make a deal to someone. You can offer to take money from that. That'll just come out of your commission if you want to make a sale, but you don't have to, which is nice. You don't have to worry about going to the post office to get the slip and get it measured. They will just send you a slip. They send you a slip that is already marked. As long as the items are under 6 pounds, you just send it with your regular mail. You schedule a pickup. It's super easy, but the only negative about Poshmark is it takes a while to either sell, things are going to sell fast, or you have to put in quite an effort to sell those items. You've got to take pictures. You've got nice pictures. You've got to have some lighting. You've got to list them. Sometimes you have to look for stock photos to make them look nice and pretty. You have to share your listing. So that's the thing they make you do, is they make you go on there and share it so that your listing is bumped to the top. There's no way to pay for advertising to get your item You literally have to push a button and share it. They encourage you to share other people. However their algorithm works, they want you to be active user on Poshmark. So that can get annoying that you have to constantly be sharing your pieces, be part of parties, sharing other people. It can be time consuming to get that. So that's the negative that I have of Poshmark, is it's time consuming. However, you're gonna get better money. It's very easy and convenient for yourself to ship the items out. The buyer has 3 days to accept the item. So it's not like you have to wait 2 weeks like Thredup or those other places. They have 3 days. They're accepting it if they don't complain after 3 days. If they do, Poshmark handles that complaint. You don't have to be talking to the buyer about that. It is all Poshmark, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about those confrontations. I had a few things that were returned. I usually don't argue about them because, you know what, even if they're lying about what happened, I mean, I'll get the item back and try to resell it. I don't like to argue with that. So it's nice because I have this big company backing me up and I don't have to worry about it. Certain things like taxes too, they go ahead and charge the appropriate taxes for those things. So I appreciate, you get a lot for that 20%. They're taking care of it for you and then depositing it into your bank account. It is super easy. I get that money as soon as they either accept it or it's the 3 days. I get to take that money and transfer to my account. It's in my account within 1 to 2 days. So seriously easy when it comes to getting your money and getting more money. However, you do have to put in quite an effort. The other one that I like to use is Mecari. They don't charge you as much. It's 10% that they take, but on that one, they do recommend that you pay for shipping. So shipping can be expensive. Now for smaller items like jewelry and different things like that, they only cost $4 for shipping. So then you pay for that. And I'm only paying the 10%, which is less than that, so it's not as bad. But when it comes to shoes, I don't really sell shoes or anything like that because those cost about $6 to $7 to ship. You have to pay because people want that free shipping, similar to eBay and things like that. And people are willing to pay a little bit less because Mecari is considered a little bit different because it's like eBay where you can sell a whole bunch of different items on there. But I have it as a second one. I list things on like my jewelry and wallets and different things like that that are lighter. I will list on Mecari and then I will also list on Poshmark. So I have 2 places to sell it. So I should hopefully sell it more quickly. Again, you have to take nice pictures, but since I use Poshmark, I just use the same pictures, a nice description, and it's just 10% the commission that they take. However, I enjoy selling on Poshmark a lot more, but Mecari, you do not have to share or anything like that. You can offer lower prices to people that like it, but there's no extra effort involved. However, you do have to, most likely people want you to pay shipping for those items, but Mecari does take care of the label for you. You have to tell them how heavy your items are and takes care of the label for you. FedEx is a little bit cheaper, so you do have to physically go to a FedEx place and drop that off to send that out, or you can use the regular post office and they'll pick it up right at your door. So guys, these are my tips on different ways. I hope this gave you an idea of where you can sell these pieces. You have stuff in your closet that you're no longer using, go ahead and sell that. If you have kids stuff or that you've never used that have tags on it, you can sell those on Poshmark. People are looking for those pieces, or you can send it to Thredup. You have pieces that you don't want to put much effort into, like your Coach bags, different things like that. Well, why not? You know you're not gonna get tons of money for it. Why not just get a label from Thredup, stick all those items in there and send them away, because you know that even if you don't get money for them, even if they don't sell, they're gonna be either donated or recycled responsibly. You know, I think we hold on to stuff way too long. I want you to see, like, I think once you start doing this, reselling your pieces, selling them, you're gonna start looking at your closet like with dollar signs. Because if you're not wearing them, if you don't love the piece, if you wouldn't buy it again, you need to get rid of it. You need to donate it, you need to sell it, get it out of your closet. Okay guys, that is everything. Let me know if you have any questions, if you want me to get into further detail about these places that I use. And as always, I thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again. Bye guys.